Like, please tell me the audacity. Like, right now my dad is sick. My dad is at the point of life and death. When I was Shayla. Hi guys, how are you doing? I'm on Hannah, back at with another video, and today I have a makeup and story time for you guys. I haven't done a story time on my channel for the longest time ever, because most of the time on my channel we are literally always trying out stuff, or my mom is like, you know, visiting the channel. So today I'm going to be telling you about when SA paramedics almost like kill my dad. Like, there was like attempted murder. Oh honey, the negligence. Oh honey, those people don't like their job, and because of them I would have lost my dad on that day. So I was like, you know what, let me share and, you know, just do my makeup. Yeah, so yeah, before anything I just want to say rest in peace to my dad. Yeah, he passed on, but he was a father. So I'm going to tell you a story time about, you know, one of his fight, because, you know, he was a father. But before anything, please like, comment and subscribe. Comment down below before even the video starts. And then follow me on Instagram one for some dope ass dance content and some fashion content. And yo, just support a small creator like me, because I love making content. Like, I'm just, yeah. Okay guys, let's roll the intro. Okay guys, so I just did my eyebrows, so we're gonna start with the story time. If you hear some noise in the background, the family's home. There's nothing I can do, honey. Just like, comment, and subscribe, you know, so the girl could get monetized and get her own place. So the story time actually happened early this year, early 2021. So my dad had type 2 diabetes, right? So he basically was even on insulin, you know, would have to take the injections twice a day. So his case of diabetes was like, you know, it was not just a normal case, you know, it had already like progressed, you know. So at times, if he, you know, he wouldn't eat, you know, he would have like attacks, you know. So he had, I think when the sickness and the illness became more prevalent, it's like in 2017. So yeah, we kind of knew how to like now deal with it and prevent the attacks, but it's not as easy as it looks, do you know what I mean? So, you know, I think one of the biggest things that my dad had to do in order to prevent the attacks so that his sugar is not too low was that he had to like eat, like, you have to eat small portions of food, you know, regularly, like every 2 hours, do you know what I mean? So my dad was like a heavy weed smoker, yo. And I think because he was in pain, he just like, you know, like the weed was a way for him, because he'd always complain that, oh my god, I'm in pain, my feet are painful, and his feet would like swell up. Like, guys, diabetes is no joke, honey. It's no joke. Don't play like that with your life, do you know what I mean? Like, yo, like, take care of yourself, make sure you prevent that, do you know what I mean? So okay, cool. So on this day I'm at home, right? I'm at home, I'm in my room, I'm just like playing music, I'm wearing my earphones, right? And then my dad was in the dining room. So my dad is in the dining room, you know, I'm not even like thinking about him. I think I was studying before. I'm studying, and he's in the dining room, he's chilling, you know, I'm not even thinking about him. Like, he's doing his own thing, I'm doing my own thing. It's only the two of us in the house. Okay, cool. I'm listening to music. So as I'm listening to music, like, my boyfriend hollers at me. He's like, yo, come through, you know, I want to see you. Come through and see Day, you know. So I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna leave my dad, I'm gonna see my boo, because I can do the inside, like, I'm done studying, so let me just go see my boo, do you know what I mean? So okay, I'm getting ready to go out. Okay, cool. How? So, you know, I go, and then I'm approaching the gate to like open the gate to like go out. And then I remembered in my mind, I'm like, oh my god, I just saw my dad like laying on the sofa. And I know he usually has attacks, do you know what I mean? So I'm like, you know what, let me just go check on him, because you never know with my dad. You never know, you know. So I'm like, you know what, let me just go back and go check on him, because I even had earphones on. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back and go check on him. Guys, like, I can't talk while I'm doing this. This look is very easy, but this eyeliner has to be on point. So I can't talk while I'm doing this. Let me just do it. I'm just gonna fast forward this part. Okay guys, so the eyes are almost done. This is the eye look. I really love how it looks. So yeah, so as I'm, you know, ready to go out, right, I go back and I take off my earphones, and as soon as I take off my earphones, I can hear my dad like canvassing in a way. I could hear him, and as soon as I heard that sound, I knew that he's having an attack. So I rushed to him and I'm like, oh my god, he's having an attack, right? So, and I had to like push him off the sofa because he was lying on the sofa. I push him off the sofa. Okay, I'm panicking. Like, my dad would have a lot of attacks, right? But I knew like every attack, you know, it's a situation of life and death. What you do right there could determine if he makes it or not, right? So he's sweating, you know, like really bad, and I'm like, oh my god, you know. So, you know, I call my boyfriend. I'm like, hey, my dad is having an attack, you know, I need your help. I need your help. I need you, you know, to come through and help me. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna call. I think my phone didn't have network. I don't know what has happened the other day, but I think my phone didn't have network, right? So I'm like, to him, I call him back. I'm like, hey, can you please call the ambulance for me, right? So we're on medical aid now, but at that point I didn't think of asking him to call the Netcare ambulance. You know, like my mind is racing. I'm just thinking, oh my god, I cannot lose this man right now. I cannot lose this man right now. And I can see that, ooh, it's progressing quick, and I had to hold him up in a recovery position. Like, I don't know how to explain, like in a recovery position. I'll put a picture of a recovery position somewhere here. I had to hold him up in a recovery position, right? So that you know, they say you should put him in a recovery position, like it helps him when he's in a recovery position. So I'm like, oh man, I'm holding it, and this man is heavy. Like, this man is heavy, and I'm trying to keep in this recovery position, and he's like literally like fighting me off. Yo guys, the videos yo, he's like fighting me off, right? And I'm putting him in this recovery position. I'm really trying to get him to like calm down. I'm trying to talk to him, yo, and I got news with him. He's not hearing it. It's okay, fine, but you know, they tell you that it's better for you to keep on talking to him because he can hear you. It's just like he's in some state, so he can hear you, or the patient can hear you. So just keep on talking to him, because that's what the paramedics would usually do when they get to my crib. You know, they'll ask for his name. And so I'm trying to do the very same thing. You know, I'm trying to keep him calm, and he is sweating, guys. He's sweating. So my boyfriend makes the call, and he's at his house, you know. My boyfriend makes the call. I know, man, guys. No, what happened that day? I'm trying to think, because I think I went downstairs to my boyfriend. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I went downstairs to my boyfriend, and I'm like to him, please call the ambulance. And he called the ambulance. Yeah, that's how he called the ambulance, because I didn't have network. Yo guys, these networks will show you flames. Like, when you need it, it will not be there. So yeah, my boyfriend calls the ambulance, and my boyfriend, you know, just called the ambulance here in Nigeria. And I was also panicking, you know. He's telling me, oh, just keep calm, you know. I'm just thinking, like, oh my god, you know. He gives them the address, he tells them the symptoms. Like, why do these people, Baba ambulance, ask you so many questions? Like, they ask you so many questions. Like, they annoy my soul. They annoy my soul. Like, they will be asking you so many questions, and like, if I tell you this person's got diabetes, you know what I mean, he's having an attack, don't be asking me, yo, what is he doing? Nah, sana. Like, this person can die anytime. When you want me to now explain, here's a story time, usually no. And at that time, you are also panicking, and you don't need someone like now, like, you have to explain things you also don't understand, because you're not like a medical student or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? So okay, cool. You know, I'm waiting for the ambulance, guys. Yo, did that ambulance not take its time? Did that ambulance not take its time, guys? Oh my gosh. Oh guys, this is why I love Revlon. Oh, this is why I love Revlon. Did it not take its time, guys, that ambulance? And in my mind, I'm like, hey bro, why is Netcare taking so long today? Because they're usually quick. And we and like Union is like I think 15 minutes away from where I used to live. So I'm like, aibo, you know, it's during the day, it's not a Friday or anything like that. Other than that, like these private services are always like ready, they always like got people on standby. So I'm like, okay, I'm waiting. Hi bo. The ambulance is not coming, guys. I'm panicking at that time. I'm like talking to my dad. I'm like, yo, dude, like stay with me. Like, you cannot die on me right now. Like, I'm literally like telling him, I'm like, bros, this is not the time. This is not the time to be doing what you're trying to do right now. No. I refuse. Okay. So I would usually like go downstairs, check the ambulance, because we used to live in a flat. So sometimes the ambulance guys would not like see where it is, you know, and stuff like that. So I'll go downstairs and I'll check on them, because sometimes they might be down the street, or you know, because the GPS sometimes is not always spot on, especially where we used to live. So I was used to going downstairs, and most of the time my little sister would stay with my dad, but that day my little sister was not there. Fine, I go downstairs, the ambulance pulls up, like literally like 45 minutes later. And guys, this attacks, the longer you wait, the more you lose the person, and the colder the person gets. And my dad is like getting colder and colder by the minute, you know what I mean? Okay guys, okay, the ambulance pulls up. So you know, I'm like to them, I wave to them, I'm like, yo, like, hey, it's me that called the ambulance, right? And then, you know, as this guy like stops the car, right, the ambulance truck, what is that thing? Yeah, the ambulance truck. As he stops it, you know, he's looking at me in this other way, you know. And so I'm waiting for them to get out of the truck. Sana these brothers. And I'm like to them, Sanbanan Himobi's ambulance. So they're like, oh yes. You can only imagine the presage I felt. Do you know what I mean? Fine, I'm looking at them, so they get out of the car, and this guy's like looking at me. The guy that was driving, he's looking at me like, you know. Fine, okay, they get out of the car now. Then, you know, we have to go up the stairs, because we used to live like in a flat, right? So we have to go up the stairs. Bros, did these guys not complain? But say, I'm like, no, we're just going to second floor. And they're like, oh, okay. We go up to second floor. So my dad is there on the floor. Now they start asking me questions. Oh, how long has he been like this? Oh, what. I explain everything to them. Okay, can go. They're like, okay, you know. They're like, okay, we need the drip. Mind you, these guys came upstairs now, and they had nothing, no gear with them. They need the drip now. Okay, fine. So now I have to go downstairs again and open the gate for them to go get that drip, Sana. So I go down with that guy that was driving. The other guy stays there with my dad. He's also trying to communicate with my dad, like, hey, Mr. Chibendo, you know, like, come back to us, wada. So this other guy, yeah, he goes downstairs. So I go down with him. I will land the trip. Now, mind you, my boyfriend is still downstairs. Do you know what I mean? I think my boyfriend just didn't wanna like seem like he's invading, you know. So he's downstairs now. How this guy's like to me, Ubaba Koloya. I'm like, yeah. It's like, how see. I'll say muhle. Are you serious? Are you doing this right now? Is this what you want to do right now? Is this what you are deciding to do right now, when my dad is at a point of life and death, when I've been waiting for you guys for like 45 minutes? Are you trying to ask me out? Yeah? Is this what's happening? But because Sana, I literally just want them to help me out and help out my dad. I'm like, oh, ngiyabonga, ne? And I'm like, yo, ngicela silande trip, ne? And this guy goes, he fetches the drip. Yeah? Ooh, that was too much, guys. Blend. He fetches the drip. Okay, fine. We go upstairs again. Fetches the strip, we go upstairs. So when you get upstairs, he's like, I must put the drip in the microwave. Guys, I've never seen that being done. Like, I don't know how many times my dad has had a text since 2017. They have never asked me to put the drip in the microwave. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just do it. I'm like, okay, for how long? He's like, for me, just 1 minute. I put it there for just that 1 minute. They finally get you drip in microwave. 1 minute. After 1 minute, I take it out. You know, he feels the drip. He's like, oh, this drip is too hot. In microwave, it's strong, it's powerful. I'm like, patience, you know. I'm trying to keep calm because I'm like, you know. So I'm like, okay, what do we do now? He's like, let's put it in the deep freezer. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'm just trying to help. Like, I'm just trying to make sure my dad gets the help that he needs. So what do I do? Okay, hey. Deep freezer drip inside. We're waiting there, ne? Time is moving. We're waiting for the drip to get cool now. He's like to me, oh, I can take it out, and he's gonna check it out. Okay. He checks it out and he's like, oh, it's a shisa, ne? In my head, I'm just like, duh. But fine. Then the other guy's like, okay, we are running out of time. Go fetch another drip. Now we have to go downstairs again. No, I don't mind. But at the end of the day, it's my father that is the one that is between life and death. These people don't know this guy, so they don't care. So fine. Did this guy not complain? Like, ooh, nama steps ayabulala. You're a paramedic, my friend. You're supposed to be fit. It's your job. What if someone is on 19th floor? Then what's gonna happen? Okay, fine. We go up, okay, guys. We go downstairs. Go downstairs. He fetches the other drip. So now they've decided that we're not gonna put it in the microwave. We're not gonna put it in the deep freeze. We're just gonna try and give it to him now. So now they're trying to look for the veins to put the drip in. The veins don't show us wahala. Did the veins not show us wahala? Did the veins say pick-a-poo? Guys, the veins are not popping up. These guys, I don't know how many times they pricked my dad. They pricked my dad so many times. There was now like blood everywhere. They're like, we can't find a drip. We can't find a vein to put the drip in. Guys, in my head, I'm just like, do you know if you came here early, we would have time for all this nonsense? Now we don't have time because time is moving, you know. And they're like, oh, he's getting colder and colder by the minute, you know. And now my mom calls me. Mom's talking on the phone. My mom's like, wait along, because I told my mom that that my dad is like, what's this, he's having an attack, right? So my mom is like, okay, cool. Okay, she's not like, okay, cool, nah. But she's like calling me. She's calling me and she's like, what's happening? I'm telling them, yo, we're still here. They're still trying to find a pulse. My mom is like, what's happening? Because my mom is a nurse. So my mom is like trying to give these guys advice, like, do this. And they are not doing it too. They are not. So my mom is like to them, why don't you just take this guy to the hospital? Time is running out. And mind you, my mom is at work. Now she has to like stop and give these guys advice on their job. Make it make sense to me. The paramedics is like, yo, mama, we are trying to do everything we can do, you know, for your husband. You know, they're telling that to my mom on the phone. And my mom is about to lose it because she's like, who are those people? You know, and I'm telling her, yo, dude, I called the wrong ambulance. So I called the ambulance, government, you know. And she's like, oh my god, my husband's gonna die. So she tells me I must tell them to take my dad to Union Hospital. You know, they shouldn't take him to Southern. Like, guys, I don't have anything against public hospitals, but they don't have a good reputation. And if you have a chance to have medical aid, sana, take it. take it, Sana, take medical aids, take it, you're gonna get better services. And I'm talking about this because I know with my dad, like, if it was Netcare paramedics, we wouldn't have gone through that nonsense. We would have not gone through that nonsense, trust me. Fine, again, now they're like, you know what, now we're running out of time, we are losing Mr. Chipendo, we need to take him to the hospital. I'm like, okay, finally we are doing something. Did these guys say they don't have a stretcher? Did these guys tell me they don't have a stretcher? So they don't know how to take my dad down the stairs. You don't have a stretcher? How? And I'm just like, okay, what's the plan now? They're like to me, do you guys have a blanket? They're like, do you guys have a blanket? I'm like, yeah, we have a blanket. They're like, yeah, can we please use the blankets? Then we're gonna use it to rope him down. They're like, find a strong blanket, the strongest blanket that you have in this house, find it. So this blanket that my dad would always go to hospital with, you know, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is the blanket that I think is like strong enough, you know. Fine, okay. I bring the blankets. They're like, okay, cool. Do you know any people that can help us carry him down? Cause they don't have the manpower. Okay, they honestly like, we don't have the manpower. Do you know some people that can help us like carry him down? I'm like, okay, cool. How my boyfriend? So my boyfriend, I'm like, yo, can you please come through with your cousin or anyone? You know, my boyfriend comes through with his cousin. Mind you, like my dad, now he's not even like fighting anymore, you know. So I'm like panicking. So fine, and I called also my uncle. My uncle's on his way. How they thinking him? They put him on the blanket, Sana. They're holding him. Two guys on the other side. They're holding him. You know, as they're holding him down the stairs, my uncle like pulls up with the car because he was all the way in Soweto, and he's like, I'm here. So I'm telling him, I'm like, you, Sana, they holding him with a blanket. My uncle's like, holding him with what? I'm like, don't ask me questions. It's my first time seeing it, nah? Fine. My uncle then like helps them, like, you know, carry him. Nah? My uncle helps them carry him, you know, downstairs. Okay, fine. We get downstairs. Did this ambulance guy not throw me the keys of the car? He just like, and he's like to me, Vudi moto at the back. So I'm trying my best to open it as fast as possible. I open the car, and then they take out that stretcher, that ambulance one with the wheels. They take it out. Then they try and put my dad on that stretcher now. So they put him on the stretcher, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then as I'm putting my dad on, they're putting my dad on the stretcher. Now they wanna push that ambulance stretcher, the one with the wheels, in. They just push it in. It's supposed to be pushed in, and it just goes in, and the wheels automatically like fold. Hope you understand what I'm talking about. And the wheels just have to automatically like fold. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what it does. Guys, as they are pushing the stretcher in the car, did this car not start moving down the hill? It's not funny. Like, that day I was pissed. Did this car not start moving down the hill? So as the car's moving down the hill, my dad on the stretcher's coming back, and I literally had to hold my dad's head so that he doesn't fall on the ground. Hold his head like this, because if I had not hold his head as he's coming down, luckily, like, he would have like hit the ground and had like head injury or something like that, because that fall was going to be hard. Like, just thinking about it, guys, I was just like, what is happening? Like, what nonsense is this? Like, Dialingua, what's happening, you know? And this guy, at that time, you know, he's like to me, lahle this key. I throw the key, namke. Yes, lahle this key. He runs for the car. Now they're running for the car. All the guys are running for the car. Me, I'm just standing there, and my dad's head is literally in my arms, in my hands like this. He's now on the floor. Okay, fine. My dad's hand is literally in my hands. Okay, yeah, guys. I just realized I didn't bake. Can you imagine, guys? I should be embarrassed. I think because it looks good, so that's why I forgot. So yeah, guys, okay, I throw the key. All the guys are running for the car. They push back the car, and then they that's a lot. I don't bake like that. Leave me alone. So yeah, they run for the car. This guy then gets into the car, pulls up the handbrake. So the car rolled down because the handbrake was not pulled up. I mean, yeah, it was not pulled up like all the way. Like, guys, these people cannot even drive. Like, please tell me they're at that academy for what you call these things, for paramedics. Nifundan, if you guys can drive, because whoa. And I could just see, like, it's like these guys didn't even want to come. I understand maybe the job is just like baporea, like, but yo, guys, there you it's people's lives, it's people's parents, it's people's lives, you know, that you could have saved. Just imagine if like my dad was stabbed or something like that, and he could have died just with all that nonsense they were doing. Do you know what I mean? Okay, yeah, guys, okay, they finally get him into the ambulance. You know, everyone is still shocked at the nonsense that just happened. They finally get him to the ambulance now, and now they're speeding to the hospital. Now they're speeding now. They're like, oh, you know, now they're speeding now. You know, they flying through robots. They're flying through the robots. They're speeding, and we're like, yo, take him to Union. They're like, no, Union Hospital is too far. We're gonna take him to South Rand, because Union Hospital is too far right now, and we don't have time anymore. Like, we need to get him to a hospital as soon as possible so that he can get a trip. Otherwise, we gonna lose him. We gonna bury him. Okay, they didn't say it like that, but you know. We finally get to the hospital now. Mind you guys, nah, this was my first time at a government hospital. Like, guys, I'm not saying this to brag, Mario, medical aid. Like, my question is, like, why does the government, like, let their facilities get to that level? Like, it's a hospital. It's supposed to look clean. It's supposed to look white. It's supposed to look, even as far as just representable. Do you know what I mean? Just representable. That place looked like a rundown school. Do you know what I mean? If you know Southern Hospital, like, guys, just go to Union Hospital, just go to Mo Park Hospital, and then go to South Rand. Then you'll tell me the difference. So yeah, we got there, guys, and luckily they attended to my dad fast. They told him, hey, this is what's popping, you know, he's been in this, you know, in this situation for this long. So they're like, okay, you know. So as I'm there at the hospital, okay, guys, like, I'm waiting for my dad to, like, recover, you know, and just get news about him. That paramedic guy, like, literally calls me, and he's like to me, oh, he calls me, he's like, yo, your dad is gonna be fine, don't worry. So I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. Did this guy not try and ask for my numbers? Did he not? Like, please tell me the audacity. Like, right now my dad is sick. My dad is at the point of life and death. When I was Shayla, go romantic story that, oh, when I met her, I was the paramedic and her dad was like dying and I asked her out. That's not cute. That is not cute. Personally, if I was in that relationship, I would not even say that story to people. That is not cute. That is not. Like, to every paramedics, everyone that works in that field, do not do that. No matter how hot the girl is, don't do that. Like, if you guys are meant to be together, you will see her sometime in the future. That situationship right there is not the one. It's not the one. Like, even if, when you're in the waiting rooms of the hospital and someone is sitting there, do not ask them out. Do not ask them out. please. Because for all you know, someone's mother's dying, someone's sister's dying, and when I'm asking them out, oh guys, like, no, it's not the one. It's not the one. It's disgusting, actually. Like, that disgusted me to the core. I'm gonna use the setting spray I used in one of my latest videos. I'll link it up here. You know, I was trying out the setting spray and other like Clicks products. Let me just put setting spray on. Oh, that was a lot. So yeah, guys, yeah, we get there, okay? So as he's shadowing me, I'm like, okay, I'm gone, I'm gone, right? So guys, that day I was at the hospital for like six hours, you know, as they're working my dad. Fine, okay. Then my dad wakes up. They're like, yo, your dad is awake. You can just come and see him, and then you can leave, because that time even COVID was still in the works, so you couldn't be there for long, right? So I went in. I go and see him. Did this man not ask me where am I? He's like to me, where am I? He looks around. He's like, where am I? I'm like, see me in hospital, you know? I'm like, you in hospital? He's like, which hospital? I'm like, South Rent. He's like, why am I at South Rent? So I try and explain to him. He's like, you're an idiot. He's like, you're a mumu. You are a mumu. Why did you call this ambulance? I'm trying to explain to him, hey, my brain, what, he was not having it. He was not having it. He was not. He's like, bros, I have a reason why I pray medical aids. I've got a reason, you know? And the nurse was not like happy about it. The nurse was like, oh, Baba, but trust me, guys, my dad could have gotten to the hospital so to deceased car. Because the shenanigans on the way, for him to even get into the ambulance was a lot. And that day I understood why you should have a medical aid. Like, I understood fully. At first I was just like, I suka, you know, I was just like, it's a privilege, but you know, they public hospitals either way, so it's a privilege, yes, but they're public hospitals, so it's not like if I don't have medical aids I'm going to die. That day I was like, if you don't have medical aids, the possibility of you dying is increased by an extra 30%. Let me just say 50%. Like, if you are in a situation where you could die, it's 30%. Then because you don't have medical aids, or because, you know, you're relying on these government hospital, like these government services, it goes up to 80, guys. It goes up to 80, like nj period. It goes up to 80. So my dad is like, yo, I want to be transferred, like transfer me. So they asked for his doctor's numbers or information at Union Hospital. So fine, they trying to transfer him and all that, whatever. You know, I think the nurse, because the nurse, like, she caught feelings when my dad was like, I don't want to be here. So I think the nurse, I'm like, yo, thank you so much. And then, like, these guys cut my dad's clothes off, and they were like, no, the clothes were wet, you know, whatever. Like, I'm not saying I know things about hospitals or whatever, or like that procedure, but every time my dad goes into that, like, there's never a need to cut his clothes. But I don't know anything about that. But I was just like, you cut this man's clothes, what is he going to wear? Okay, fine. So they're like, okay, we're gonna transfer him. They got his doctor, like, okay, we're gonna transfer you tonight. An ambulance gonna come and it's gonna take you to the hospital you wanna be transferred to. I was just happy that my dad's alive, yo. I was just happy. I was just like, thank you so much, God. Thank you so much. And my dad was not having it. My dad was pissed at me because, like, I didn't call like the private ambulance, right? So guys, I'm talking to the nurse, this other nurse. He's a male nurse, and he's just telling me, like, you know, all the procedures, like how they're gonna transfer my dad, and they're gonna let me know which hospital he's gonna go to, because he might go to Union, because my dad at times was at Union and sometimes was at Mill Park, so he had doctors at both hospitals. So they were like, okay, we're just gonna let you know where he goes. Fine. So this nurse asked for my numbers, like, just tell me so I can let you know, so that I can know where to take his clothes the following day. Fine. I go home, I get home, my mom is really back from work, you know, all stressed. I'm like, no, he's gonna be fine. Like, he's awake, he's talking, so he's gonna be fine. He's already like shouting at me. So definitely the dude, he's far. He don't even care that I saved his life. He's just like, beats, or why did you call the wrong ambulance, you know? Fine. As I'm sitting there at home, this guy's like, hey, how are you? It's the nurse from South Rand. They transferred your dad. So I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, yeah, they transferred him to Union Hospital. Yeah, I think it was Union Hospital. They transferred him to Union Hospital. So yeah, you can go find him there the following day. So I'm like, okay, thank you so much. And he's like to me, I would like to chat to you more. So I just want to know if you'd allow me to keep your number so we can chat more. My heart at that point just like I was pissed. At that point, my heart just like, I was done with Southern Hospital. Like, guys, I've been to Union Hospital, I've been to private hospitals, and I have never ever gone through that. And trust me, every time my dad would have an attack, I'm the one that's with him. I'm the one in the ambulance. I'm the one signing the documents. Like, I'm the one giving his medical aid. I'm the one signing like the authorizations. You know what I mean? So I'm like, timing, this is wrong, like the disgustingness of it. Like, I know you like a chick, but don't do that right there. Don't do that. Don't yo, no, guys, just stick to your job. Do your job. Like, share the other nurses and doctors, but not no, guys, no. So even now, guys, when I think of getting sick and going to like a government hospital, guys, like, ke ba le stress, ke ba le hypertension, guys, ke ba le stress. Like, I'm just thinking, I'm like, yeah, guys, I am going to do a little montage for you guys, and then we're just gonna wrap up the story. Okay, guys, so that's my story time. Yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me about your horror stories at with these paramedics or doctors or anything like that in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you for 200 subscribers and more. I think now we're at like 263, reaching 300 very soon. Yeah, guys, please keep on viewing. Please view the whole video. It really helps me in the algorithm. And yeah, I hope you guys like the look. I really like the look. It's just this cute little vampirina vibes, because I'm gonna be shooting content or pictures in black clothing. So yeah, I hope this was a little tutorial, because the look is not really that difficult, so I didn't want to waste my time doing like a whole tutorial on just showing you guys an eye look and then lips, because the rest is just normal stuff that you see on YouTube, like contour and la 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 la. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for the support. Yeah, the family is growing. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to share the link on your Facebook, share the link on your Twitter, share your link anywhere, guys, so that the video can do the things that it has to do. So guys, you should go Sintibale M, and don't forget to check out my Instagram, also Sintibale M _ Sintibale _ M. So what? Yeah, other than that, guys, if you want me to do more makeup and story times, say in the comment section. But other than from me, Sintibale, that's a bye.